Good evening. Welcome to the Select Board meeting for Wednesday, December 18th at 7 p.m. in the Hollis Community Building.
Recording in progress.
Do you want me to repeat that? Call the meeting to order. On my left is Roger Hicks. On my right is Jack Regala. My name is Mary Hoffman, and we're your Select Board. I'm going to ask either Jack or Roger to give us an update on the new municipal town office construction. I can only say that it was very noisy today because they were doing concrete and beeping, but go ahead.
Well, so far, we had more concrete poured. That is the main floor of the community building. New town hall, or I should say, new town municipal office.
Right.
Shortly, now that we've got that done, they've enclosed the cellar area. The electricians and the plumbers are working hard down there, even though you can't see them. And shortly, the walls should start going up on the main floor. Just a nice shout out to Reed for doing all the aerial footage, and he's got, another week
Reed
left?
Gray.
Yeah. He's got another week left, and then he will pass
Headed
the
south.
torch.
So we need somebody with a drone to volunteer to do aerial footage. So if anybody's out there that would be interested, we would love to have somebody volunteer to do that for us, because it's really been interesting to watch the building go up. I've never seen a building built. So,
Yeah.
Town manager hiring committee. We have met. We've determined the salaries for both the manager and the select board. We've finished job description. We're now working on interview questions and a advertisement for the paper. And we should be meeting with the finance committee the beginning of January to finalize things, and then advertising for the position.
Yep.
Salmon Falls Bridge sidewalk. Who wants to make a motion?
Well, first I'll do some explanation about that. After a lot of research between Jack, myself, and Mary, and the town of Buxton doesn't want to pay any part of that, we made a decision not to put a sidewalk on the new Salmon Falls Bridge, especially after talking with DOT extensively. So I'm going to make the motion that we do not put the sidewalk on the new Salmon Falls Bridge.
I second that.
And I would just like to add that the price originally was going to be $90,000, which we were going to split with Buxton, but then Buxton bowed out. And then the
Yep.
last time we talked to Devon, it had gone up to
140.
$140,000. The bridge is going to be the area beside the major traffic. What do you call that? The berm or it's going to be 5 feet wide on either side.
Yeah, both sides, it's going to have a
5 foot.
5-foot breakdown lane on
Yeah.
it.
And if you really look at the Bar Mills Bridge, the distance from the roadway to the top of the sidewalk isn't that much, and a truck could easily go up over that. So that's sort of the decision we made. So any further discussion?
Nope.
How do you vote?
No.
Jack?
Yeah.
I
So,
vote that we do not.
We do not.
so the motion is that we don't
Right.
Correct.
take the 140,000 out of TIF.
40,000.
How do you vote, Jack?
Yes.
Yes.
Roger, and I vote yes. Then we have the Community Day thank you and recognition. We usually try to do this a little earlier, but we didn't get to it, so I just wanted to thank individuals for their contributions. For raffle items, some of the restaurants were Azul Tequila, Gorham House of Pizza, Karen Asia Kitchen, New Asian Taste. Some other places were the Better Fit Fitness Center, Alouette, Cliff Verrill, who does our Adirondack chairs, is very gracious in giving us 2 chairs. He's going to have a display hopefully next year. Gorham Sand and Gravel, Hollis Animal Clinic, JD's Package Store, John and Carol Westcott, Moe's Barbecue, North County Rivers, Pellets, Percy Tables, Pleasant Hill Excavators, Saco Pizza, Saco River Theater, Salmon Falls Country Club, Sea Salt Restaurant, Standish House of Pizza, Subway, and Winterwood Fuel. And then I don't know who half these people are, but on my front porch, almost 2 or 3 times a week, I get toys, games, and assorted items drop by. So thank you, everybody that donated to our raffle tables. And then for our sponsors, our platinum sponsors, which is $1,000 and over, was Narragansett Number 1 Foundation, Blue Triton of Poland Spring, or whatever their name is these days, Western Express, Partners Bank, RMDL, and Chad Poitras. Our gold sponsors for $500 and over was the Hanson Family, Maine Only LLC, Greenwoods Company LLC, McCormick and Sons, Bear Hill Electric, Jason's Auto, Rispera Brothers Construction, RHR Smith, Plumbers Shop and Save, Plumbers Ace Hardware, and Eco Maine. Our silver sponsors for $250 and over was Eagle Industries, Gorham Sand and Gravel, Dearborn Construction, Dennett, Craig, and Pate. And our bronze sponsors for $100 and over was True Choice, Dr. Robert Lundeen, Torrey Hill Cafe, Frost Energy, the Hollis Animal Clinic, Robinson's Transmission, and Norway Savings Bank. And many of these individuals not only donate to our community day, but they donate to every other fundraising event in Hollis. So thank you all for what you are able to provide for all the people that need things and ask you for money, because they know it's not only the community day people. So we really appreciate you donating. Then I think we have some minutes to review. We need minutes for November 20th and December 4th. We all reviewed them. Jack was unable to attend either one of those meetings, so I need a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes.
And I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Jack abstains because he wasn't here. And then I'll have Roger review the salary increases for this year, for fiscal year 2025-26, so this next budget cycle.
In speaking with Mary and Jack, we have reviewed and approved a 3% increase for fiscal year 25-26 for the employees.
And if anybody has been watching, the cost of living increase was 2.5. And we're also going to be doing the, is it 1% on the family medical leave?
Yeah, first I make the motion that we accept the 3%.
And Jack, you
I'll
want to
second
second it? All those in favor?
Aye.
And so I think that,
Yep.
you know, it was a decision based on the fact that we're going to be putting money into the Family Medical Leave Act. We had a choice of doing it 50-50, and we're going to do 100% of that money.
So the 1% the town's going to pay for, we have to, that becomes effective 1/1/26, but the state is saying that we have to front some money before that in 25, so I'll be
And
carrying forward money to pay for that.
And then there was also a big increase in medical insurance this year. I don't know what the percentage was, but we did have some discussion about whether we should continue to pay fully for employees, and decided that we would continue to pay the whole.
Yep. 9% increase on insurance this year.
So, Maine Family Medical Leave Act, you already sort of addressed, but
Yep.
new policy number 66, I'll let.
The Select Board Policy 66, Robert's Rules of Order for Meeting Procedures. The Town of Hollis adopts Robert's Rules of Order for all formal town business meeting proceedings. Robert's Rules of Order will be used to conduct and record all town board and committee meetings, and members within will adhere to these rules at this time.
Thank you. Do we need to make a motion to
Make
accept?
a motion that we
Policy-
accept Policy 66.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then the planning board, in their last meeting, approved the cannabis ordinance changes that they were proposing. And we had previously discussed with them that we really didn't want to delete the caps. The caps are like that we have 2 medical stores and 2 adult stores. And we have so many adult grows, different types and manufacturing and stuff. They felt that they wanted to delete those and also allow dispensaries. And so we're going to be sending them back to that policy, the ordinance, back to them to re-review if they want to have it on the warrant. Because when we originally got the warrant passed for the ordinance, it was with the understanding that we wouldn't allow it to become a marijuana street. So we're going to be sending that back to them.
Well, we put limits on the number of each, and that's what the town approved before.
Yeah. So. There is some updates from the cannabis people that now we can, rather than have no caps, we could be charging a licensing fee for all medical cultivation. We'll have to research that and maybe add that to the ordinance. We have one appointment today to the Comprehensive Plan Committee, Butch Gannett. And so I need a motion.
Make a motion, we appoint Butch Gannett to the Comprehensive Plan Committee.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then our favorite portion is the payroll and warrant totals.
Okay. Warrant last week, 571,232. That's because of the school. Warrant this week, 32,259. Payroll last week, 32,921. And payroll this week, 32,239. Purchase orders, 4414 was from RAC for the VIP tours for the balance of the bus trip to Sandy Hill Farm and Elliott for Christmas lights. 1,828.12. 4450 IPS, 3 new scuba masks for the fire department. SCBA masks, sorry, I'm going, they're not going underwater.
Scuba diving.
Yeah, $1,074. Zoll Medical Corporation, this is what the chief and everybody presented last meeting. It's the first payment for the replacement of the monitors, $18,210, 4451, 4452, Dorigo Readiness Group, and this is for 12 students from the fire department for life support classes. 4492, NDS, networking and firewall for the community building and rec department, $1,048. And 4493, we have Strader Heat Pumps Incorporated. We lost the heating at the library, so we have to replace the heat pumps down there. $5,500. And that's your...
Okay, and
Warrants
before
and
we go
payrolls.
on, I'm going to invite Miss Martha Huff up if she has a few words for us.
Thank you.
It's probably, your dog licenses
I was
need to
gonna
be
say,
done by December 27th.
Could you even guess?
It's on the
Board out there.
the board out front.
And you might say, why is that such a weird date? It's because we're not open between that and January 1st. Or if we are open, I don't expect there'll be much personnel here to license your dog. So, yes, so your dog license, just, your 2024 dog license expires December 31st. So that's why we're pushing you to get in and register your dog right now. There's a new state dog program, and Crystal, the new deputy clerk, is just rocking that, and it's not an easy program. It's new. The training has been minimal from the state, but she's got it. And
Good.
now she hopes to train me, and wish us all luck with that. 'Cause it might be-
I'm sure you'll do fine.
yeah, she's got it. She's
Yeah, well, that's good to
taken
know.
it and done it and doing well. And then just the other update, we started finishing the November 5th election We have to do a voter participation history for every voter, and we did, 3,136 voters, I think, plus 9 UCAVA voters. So we have to reach the magic number of 3,145 voter histories in the computer, and we've started working on that. Again, Crystal's rocking it, and we have to get it done by January, and it's going to be, that's a lot. And we're up to C so far.
So what was the 9? I didn't catch that.
The 9.
You said there was 3,000 something in 9.
9 UOCAVA, the people that are in the military or overseas
Oh, okay.
voters.
Okay.
And they do it, they turn their ballots into the state. However, we have to show that they voted in our
okay.
records here.
Okay.
So it's just a little extra hiccup to add in there. And because of the recounts, you're supposed to be able to open your voting list 10 days after the election, but because of all the recounts, we only got permission last week. So now it's a real push to get that done by it's a statutory deadline so many days after the election. So I thank the taxpayers for the additional staff, because believe me, we're using it.
They're really rocking.
They are rocking, and Anna helps, and Faith does too, and I really appreciate it, because I don't know how we even do all this if we, with just the late dates and that kind of thing. It's all out of your control. There's nothing you can do, but you still have to make those state deadlines. So we're getting there.
Well, thank you.
You would think
Yeah.
with the extension on all the recounts that
They would have
the Secretary
extended.
of State would extend it out
They
to,
may, I'm not sure. I know the paper has a date, and I tend to not look at that because I don't want to get nervous. I just want to get it done and get it in. I know it was probably the last presidential, or gubernatorial. It was 2 years ago, because I was home on a weekend, and it was the year my sister had passed, and I was home, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, VPH, when was that due? And it was due Friday at 5, and it was like a Sunday or Monday. And I came up, and we were close, but we had to, and Holland came up and helped me, and that's when he said to me, this is not a one-person job to do this. You need 2 people to reconcile 2 lists at the same time.
Right.
And we made it, and they never said a thing, the state. I mean, it was there by the next time they opened up, it was there, so.
Well,
It's
good.
just, it can be tricky. So I try not to look at the date too closely, because I don't want to get nervous about it. I just want to do it and do it correctly, so.
Well, thank
that's what we
you.
do. And Merry Christmas and
You
Happy
too.
Holidays
Yeah.
Same
all
to
the
you.
thank you.
taxpayers in Hollis, and
And I know we mentioned it before, but thanks to all the election staff
Oh,
and everybody
yes.
that helped us with the election, because it was a big,
it was a big
Deal.
election. And those, I mean, I always send out thank you notes, and it's interesting because a couple of my election staff kind of came in, because usually those go right out, and they didn't this year. They were several weeks late, and a couple of them came in kind of like checking, like, you okay? And it's like, guess what? Their Christmas cards will be late too. So we'll get there when we get there. You can only do so much in a day, right?
right.
That's it.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank
for
you
letting
again,
me
Martha.
play through. I really appreciate that.
No
You're
problem.
welcome. Thank you. And don't forget to license your dog.
Yes.
And you sure there's not one more thing, Martha? Have a nice holiday.
Yeah.
So we're down to correspondence and announcements.
All right. Zoning Board of Appeals have rescheduled their meeting and public hearing for Monday, December 30th at 6:30 for an appeal request by Carl Morgan for a setback variance at 18 High Street. The public is welcome to attend. Public comments may be submitted prior to the meeting by emailing adminsecretary@hollismaine.org or mail them to the Hollis Town Office. Attention, Zoning Board of Appeals. Our emergency medical subscription program for 2025 is now open for applications. To all renew or apply for coverage, please stop into the town office or call Bennett at 298-9708 to have a form mailed to you. Applications are also available on our website, www.hollismaine.org. A reminder that the public sand is now available at the town directly across the street from the Hollis Elementary, which is right out next to Route 35. We placed it out there so we don't have to interfere with the construction people. We are also seeking to fill part-time position as secretary for the Planning Board, Finance Committee, and Board of Appeals. Position is approximately 15 to 30 hours per month. Hourly rate is based on skill and experience. Interested candidates should submit their resume to the Select Board at the town office or email adminsecretary@hollismaine.org.
And we're still taking applications for the animal control officer if anybody is still interested. We haven't hired anybody yet. And then other business.
Hanging or placing items on stop signs is illegal. So we're asking you, please, stop posting anything on stop signs. It's just another distraction. Instead of reading the stop sign, they look at these bulletins and everything. Everybody's hanging on these signs. They are illegal to be placed on them, so please stop it. Thank you very much.
Because we really would like to decrease the number of accidents we have on 117 and 4A and other
Yeah,
places.
he also mentioned that some of the business signs that are be placing within the intersections are also illegal and not to be done. And that came from the safety person
Right.
from DOT today.
That we met with today.
So, what else? Upcoming town committee and board meetings. Conservation Commission meeting on Thursday, December 19th at 5:30 p.m. Appeals Board meeting on Monday, December 30th at 6:30 p.m. Planning Board meeting on Wednesday, January 8th at 7 p.m. Town Manager Hiring Committee meeting on Tuesday, January 7th at 6 p.m. The Finance Committee meeting on Tuesday, January 14th at 7 p.m. And the Select Board meeting on Wednesday, January 15th at 7 p.m. Because I think we've canceled the public hearing, right? Okay. And
Okay.
the Comprehensive Planning Committee met last night, and I inadvertently gave them 2 dates that I'm going to have to change the time. They want to meet on this January 7th and the 21st at 10 a.m. But I have another commitment at that time with Great Falls, so I'll just have to call them and probably change it to 11 a.m. But we'll have that posted. So,
And the Finance Committee is tentative. I've still got to
right.
wait for a response from the chair.
And then EcoMaine, I went to a presentation. I'm just going to tell you about it real quick. It's called EPR packaging, which is extended producer responsibility. And they're going to be starting a program in Maine where it holds the producers responsible for product management through the product life cycle. So like things from Amazon that you get that have not only cardboard boxes but all the paper stuff and stuff like that, they're going to make them responsible for. We are going to have to recycle it, but eventually, probably in the beginning of 2026, we'll get a percentage back from the producers for recycling. So we'll be having some people come out and do some presentations on that at the beginning of in January or February, probably February from EcoMaine. But it's pretty exciting because it's going to make some of the responsibility their responsibility rather than ours. And we should get some money back.
Well, that'll be a good thing.
Yeah. So, any public to comment? You're the public.
No
comment?
comment.
Anybody on Zoom?
Nothing on Zoom?
And we'd like to welcome a new person. Bennett, can you do me a couple of favors? Can you just get up and just tell people what the emergency medical subscription is? Just a little, in case they don't know what it is. Thanks.
Nothing like being put on the spot.
Yeah, there we go.
The EMS subscription plan has been in place for about, 4 or 5 years now, I think, Rita.
Well, then-
And you,
Is there any chance you could speak up a little bit?
oh my gosh, Jack, stop. The residents can pay a fee per household, so depending on how many people you have in your household. If you're a senior couple, it's $30. If you're a senior, it's $25. A family of 2 is $40, and a family of 3 or more is $50. And what it does is we give this list of all of the people that are on this plan to our medical reimbursement folks that work with our ambulance. And if you are if you are enrolled in this program, and your name is on this list, you will not get a bill from them. So they will go through the proper channels of insurance, but even if you're not insured, you won't get a bill. So it's a really great program for people who are on a fixed income, or they just have a large family, and it really helps to keep their ambulance bills down. We don't want anybody to take the ambulance, but if you have to, this is a really good program to be enrolled in. The forms are on our website. They're in my office. I know they're downstairs in the lobby of the town hall. So come on in and fill out an enrollment form and pay a fee, and you'll be covered for the entire year from beginning in January to December 31st of 2025.
And it's just for if you're picked up in the town of Hollis, but it really helps if you do need to use the ambulance and you're at home and, you get picked up and your insurance doesn't cover the full bill. Because even if you have insurance, sometimes they have a portion that they don't cover. So it's really important to sign up.
Absolutely. And it only covers for the people that are residents in those homes. So, if your in-laws or somebody comes and visits you during the summer, we don't cover people. It's the people that actually live there year-round, just so people know.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
I figured
so
that maybe some people wouldn't know really what it entails.
Yep.
But it is a really good deal. It's a minimal cost. And I'm sure if it was a problem with the cost, you could talk to us about
Absolutely.
it too.
And it also covers for mutual aid. So if the Hollis ambulance happens to be out and you put in a call for an ambulance and Buxton comes or Waterboro comes to pick you up, it will cover that as well. So it's not just the Hollis EMS, it's the mutual aid as well.
And then I'd like for Roger to thank our broadcasting staff. So our broadcasting
I was just
staff.
going to say, can you introduce our
Yeah,
new
absolutely.
member
Yeah.
here?
I'll introduce our
yeah.
broadcasting staff.
Yeah, make sure you
Yeah.
get the camera on you guys.
Yeah,
so you
I
can
don't know if
see
you can
us.
get the camera on Ken, but we
So
have
Ken,
so we have Ken. Is it Knudsen?
Yeah.
Come on, take a
Knudsen.
bow, Ken, take a bow.
yay! Woo!
Yeah, it's on us. Put it
Yeah.
on Bennett, and then you can walk up there.
There you go.
There you go.
Because I think, these people come out all weather, all time, set up for
Yeah.
us, make
Yeah,
this,
over a little bit more.
and have wonderful music before we start. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll put on the spot our newest member of our broadcasting team, Kyle Morgan, is here.
yay! Woo!
Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Kyle.
That's the way to do it.
And then Bennett Flynn is always here setting up for us and making
Yep.
sure that all the equipment works. And sometimes it's a little bit of a problem, but she always manages to get us through it. So
Did you
thank
raise
you.
your hand?
Well, I did. I just,
Yeah,
Yep.
come on up. Let's get everybody on.
I did,
Yeah.
because I know that ambulances from out of Hollis to the hospital ran $1,500 one way. If you're going two ways, they did it for $2,000.
So it's cheaper
That's
on the way
one
back.
trip.
Yeah,
So
just
this is a
as
good
thankful you
deal,
get
folks.
the
This is a
trip
very
back.
good deal.
Yeah. And like I said, if it's a hard ship, let somebody know.
Thank you, Rita.
drop you off.
But thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful holiday. If we don't have anything else to say, have a wonderful holiday. As many of you know, on the 24th, we'll only be open. That's Tuesday, from 9 to noon. We're closed on Wednesday. So have a wonderful holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So we're at the event that Jack loves, so we'll let him. Yep.
If
Yeah,
I
he's
sing,
gonna-
you'll be running out that
Yes. He's going to be singing White Christmas.
door. Yeah, White Christmas. Turn on that music. I gotta get out of this place. I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Good night, everyone.
Good night, and thank you for
Take care,
for
stay safe.
watching.